What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you so much for tuning in. It's me, Mikey Pipes. I'm about to take you on a real-life service call. We have an existing residential client that's got a problem with one of the zones of heat on their gas-fired heating system. They got 3 zone valves, a Burnham gas boiler, and one zone, the first floor, isn't working. Now, what's special about this service call is that I'm taking a new hire along for the ride. I'm gonna chaperone him as he troubleshoots, diagnoses, and hopefully repairs once getting approval to proceed with the repair once he makes the diagnosis. This is his first day in the job, and it's his first service call, okay? And he is, quote, a boiler technician. Here we go.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Good, good.
Long time no see.
Yeah, I know.
How you been?
Good, good.
Here's a nice new card for you.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. You know me, I'm Mike. This is Russell
Yes,
behind
yes.
me.
Russell.
Today is Russell's first day
Okay.
with us. So you called the office for me to come here this morning. What am I doing for you this morning?
All right.
It's about flush pipes.
Yeah.
So tell me.
That also. Let's look at the system,
Okay.
and this one don't work. There's no heat.
There's no heat on this floor. It doesn't work. Upstairs is okay?
Yeah, the other 2 floors is fine.
Okay.
It's this floor.
The boiler is in this closet somewhere? Or
It's upstairs.
It's upstairs.
It's all the way up.
Okay. So primarily it's this apartment that has no heat.
No heat there.
Okay, that's from the boiler.
All the way up.
And you got some water on the floor too, I see. Good morning. I guess your chimney flue is leaking, huh?
Yeah.
And you have an active leak on the floor right now. Coming from the relief valve, 30 psi relief valve. It's dripping onto the floor, and fortunately, we have a floor drain there. Okay. Now, I know we have not been here since 2022, but have you had any service done since then, or maintenance done since then with anyone else, or?
Oh no, you've been here.
No, we haven't.
Not you, another guy.
Not you, but every year. You
Not-
guys come here.
We,
And this is the same people, the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there was another guy.
Not, no, it's not.
The
It's
younger
not
guy
him.
came the last time.
Yeah,
but it was,
he changed the thermostat and everything.
yeah, that was in 2022.
No sir.
Yeah, it was. I know time flies. I'm sorry. It does fly.
This is
It was December 2022, yeah.
22?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I
He
tell you.
changed the.
Want to bet? What do you want to bet?
Change the year
I'll give you, today will be free. Or it'll be double. Free or double.
Because
All right? I have it right in my hand. I'm not going to take your money though,
And
right?
it's,
But I'm going to show you.
Yeah.
Don't worry, ma'am. He's not in training. Today's just his first day with us. So you have a customer has no heat on the first floor. Diagnose the problem.
This type of steam boiler.
This kind of what?
This steam boiler.
It's not a steam boiler.
This is gas. Natural gas, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell your wife I'm here for moral support. Tell her not to worry.
Okay.
I know she's upset that 3 years just flew like that before her eyes. But I'm here for moral support.
You have a bucket?
There's one in the truck. Yeah. But the customer's complaint is there is no heat on the first floor, right?
Yeah.
And is thermostat on or off right now? And are any zone valves actively calling?
Not at the moment, no.
No?
Yeah.
Remember, what?
No, not at the
No.
moment.
And also, you need to tell me if you are unsure of something and you don't know the answer. Like we spoke about yesterday morning.
Yeah.
I need to know that as soon as possible. We're not going to waste time, right? Because we're going to learn something new every day.
Yes.
Okay. So if you're unsure or you're like, Mike, I really don't know what this. I need help. You need to tell me that. Okay.
Okay.
So how do you want to proceed?
Yeah, I'm unsure.
Okay. Very good. Let's step aside and I will show you. Ladies and gentlemen, I gotta ask you for your feedback. Would you have handled that situation any differently? Let me get your thoughts and feedback down in the comment section down below. Let's continue with the service call. Okay, let's go to the thermostat first. Actually, before we do that, we're going to just understand what we have in front of us. We have a Burnham gas-fired boiler. We have an active drip on the 30 PSI relief valve. This expansion tank does not feel like there's an issue with it, and the homeowner said that he was been playing with the pressure, so there may be high pressure in the boiler. We're gonna remove the front cover. Put that off to the side, please. We're gonna take a look at our temperature and pressure gauge, which is right there. And we have, looks like, about 12 PSI of pressure there. That could be wrong. We could also have a bad relief valve, or we could have a bad expansion tank. But nonetheless, his complaint, there's no heat on the first floor, we still need to address. These are all other issues that need to be addressed. There are zone valves here, these little silver boxes. This one's marked 3rd floor, 2nd floor. This is marked 1st floor. There's levers under here to manually open the zone valve. There's resistance there, right? 'Cause I have to force that. There's resistance there as well, but there's no resistance here, right? It's moving back and forth freely, right? And this is marked 1st floor, which is his problem zone, oddly enough. And also, we have some spare parts on top of the boiler. We have a pressure reducing valve, and we have a complete zone valve head that looks like it's a used one because the leads are cut, especially the end switch, the red wires. But this zone valve here is open, right? Because there's no resistance here, right? And if we take a look at the inside of the zone valve, that little lever that's on the spring is almost open or fully activated, and it's almost pushing in the little button, that little black button that you don't see, but it's right there, right? I'll show you on this, right? There's a little button right there. See a little button right there? That one right there?
Yeah.
See what I'm talking about? So when this motor is energized, it pushes that little brass looking plate or lever, and it pushes in that button, closes the end switch, and then activates the boiler. Here, that little button is almost there, but let's see what happens when I do this. Nothing. We may have a bad end switch on the zone valve. Maybe. But we will have to get our tools and see what's going on, but also it's calling. Let's see if I turn the power off. No, it's still not doing anything. It's like it's stuck. So I like to be a little curious and adventurous like a cat. So I'm going to we probably have a bad zone valve. Maybe.
This one was replaced.
Oh yeah, this zone valve is kaput. All right, so here is that 1st floor thermostat. That is set to off, and we'll verify that this is a heating thermostat by the 2 wires on RH and W. And I don't know how old the batteries are, but Let's just put it to heat. Yeah, there's that click and the heat is now on. The click of the relay just activated. So let's get tools from the truck. All right, thermostat is on. Let's take a look inside this box. Just want to see what's going on in here. Someone smart has been here. It's a very loud zone valve.
Yeah.
Would you agree? Yeah. Well, that's what's wrong. Bad zone valve. And we gotta do something about this pressure in this boiler. So let's take that hose, put it down there, and it's like everything here is leaking. My God. Like, why is this? Oh, there's no washer. That's why. Yeah, he's got a bad relief valve. Bad relief valve and bad zone valve. All right, there are 2 screws on the Honeywell zone valves, one right there that I already loosened up, and another one here. Flat screwdriver works best. There's the screw. And there's that screw as well. See, it's the power's off yet. Actually, is it powered? Let's see something here. Remove power. See, and it stays in the closed position. If you hold that, so you could focus on the center of the screen, there is that little lever. Right, it's literally the power is disconnected. Right, and if I reapply power by putting that yellow wire back into there, and I turn power on, if I turn power off, say it's the valve itself, the body, the motor, and the whole mechanism, the mechanical mechanism is shot. You see, like these, see how that freely moves around?
Yeah.
And when it fully, the motor's fully powered, it pushes that thing in. See? See, if the power's applied, it's going to hit that little button. It's going to push that button in and activate the boiler, closing the end switch. That little button is connected to the 2 red wires, which close the end switch. Cool. All right. Now, in almost all cases, you do not have to change the body itself. But in some cases you do. We're not going to touch that. And we're going to take out, loosen up those screws. And actually, you know, before we do that, let's get the wiring through the piece of BX that's there. Power's off. let's cut those two and these two. The two yellows are 24 volts. The reds are end switch. And let's undo that nut right there. Okay, pull everything through. Now we're going to take that 1/2 inch nut off the previous zone valve body. So here is that new zone valve body. Let's get that ring on there. Okay, let's feed the wiring through there. I'm straightening it out, otherwise it will never get in there. And last but not least, so there are all the leads coming from the zone valve. Let's just move that out of the way for a second. Push this up. Slack here. That stupid little black thing, I hate it. It's in the way. But get the wires in there. Okay, and now let's mount the head to the body. Okay, gotta wiggle it in place. And it comes with experience on how to wiggle it in there, but remember, don't touch that lever in the bottom. Tighten up the bottom screw and the top left. Okay. Now we have 4 leads. The 2 red ones are our end switch, and the 2 yellows are power. Now we're not going to just wire nut to the ones I just cut. We're going to shorten these leads. Let's strip off the insulation. All right, let's go for this one first. That's in there. There's another. All right, and now we have these red wires, right? And it looks like we're gonna have a total of 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's because one is one side of power, and then one's the other. That's our 24 volts. And then we have 3 zone valves, so we're gonna have 6 red wires total, right? So one set gets all twisted together, and the other set gets all twisted together. We're gonna not use this wire nut. I'm gonna use a Honeywell lever connector, like that 2-wire one. Here's a 5 conductor Honeywell, and I'm gonna show you how we do this. So they're all open. And here's the first set. So let's get rid of this wire nut. And we're gonna first take 1 lead from that new zone valve. And that's 1. All right, and let's clean this up a little bit. Let's take that white thermostat wire and put that into the other. And now we have 2 more here. Make my life a little bit easier, just cut that short. Let's 1 there, and 1 more here. So we utilized the 5, we're only using 4, but that's done. Now here we have this set. I don't have any more in my little case there, so we're just going to reuse a wire nut. We're going to twist those together. Okay, and when you have solid wire, you need to twist them together before putting on the wire nut. If it's stranded wire, you will not do that. Okay, so So that's all gonna go in there. Nice, neat and clean and organized. That was a joke. All right, and because it's a mess, because it's zone valve wiring, nothing you can do about that. But let's get that in there like that. A little flat screwdriver. Let's tighten up the screws on this junction box, holding on the transformer. And now, that lever on the bottom, we're going to disengage that from the manual open position. Okay? And watch what we do now. I turn power on. That zone valve motor is moving that lever. It's going to push in that little button. And the boiler activates. And the click that you heard was our thermostat relay on our fan center down here. Right? This is the onboard transformer for the fan center relay. But the thermostat relay clicked open, powering the burner circuit, which contains the automatic vent damper, a low water cutoff, a manual reset, a spill switch, roll out switch, and then as long as all of our safeties are good, the gas valve gets 24 volts, which it did, and as long as a pilot, the main valve will open and you'll have ignition like you have right now. So right now the boiler is running. This zone has resistance, it's not open. This zone valve has resistance, it's open. It's not open, sorry. And this zone valve is open because it has no resistance. Now I want you to go to that first floor thermostat and turn off the thermostat, okay? All right, I sent Russell to the first floor thermostat to turn the switch on the thermostat from heat to off, and then wait a few moments until I yell, and then he will turn it back on, and we'll make sure that the first floor is heating, and then we'll check zones 2 and 3. We'll hear the click once that lever moves away from the button, as long as everything else is proper here, and hopefully it is. There it is. So the thermostat is off, the zone valve motor de-energized, and did not continue pressing in that button. All right, turn it back on, please. He's going to turn that back on. The motor will get power, and that lever will move and activate the thermostat relay on the boiler, and then fire up the boiler. 3, 2, 1, 0, right now. There you go.
And that's the first floor.
Yes. So the boiler's been running for about a minute or two, right? I'm using a thermal imaging camera, which measures it shows us temperature in a picture. So there's that zone valve and the other 2 zone valves. You can see that pipe that's attached to is getting hot. And there's actually the flue as well, right? But the pipe is 115 degrees, and I don't know which one the return is, but we can look at the pictures and it'll tell us. So this one here, and we have to wait a little bit longer, but sometimes you can even feel it. That feels cool to the touch. I'm gonna guess it's this one because this is the coldest one. It's bringing back that cold water that's been sitting in the ambient just baseboard, things like that, but these feel more like room temperature. These feels a little bit cooler. And that's hot. So we're gonna let this one, we're gonna wait for that to get hot. That means the return is getting hot. That means we have circulating hot water, which then it would heat the floor. Yeah. If we take a look at our temperature and pressure gauge, we are almost at like 130 maybe? 100, yeah, something like that. No, 150. Pressure increased to right around 20 psi, and the homeowner declined replacement of that relief valve, so we're gonna let that be for now. There's a floor drain there, and it is what it is. As long as that pressure doesn't go high, we're good. And another Aquastat here. Set for 190, it looks like. It's a manual reset Aquastat. That should be set to, 230. We don't want it to go that high, but that's good. And then your low water cutoff. Okay. I got my hand on the return. The boiler went up a temperature. Right. When the water cools off, because the return water is coming back to the boiler and it's cold, the temperature on the boiler is going to decrease, and then the boiler is going to fire back up to maintain temperature because it's an active call to heat, right? So when we hear this boiler kick back on, and hopefully in a short period of time, we know we're circulating hot water. If it doesn't, then we have airbound, we need to purge, or the circulator is bad. We're not circulating water. I feel that we are circulating water because it's leaving hot. You know, that's hot. You know, you get used to it. But this is warm-ish. I believe it's warmer. Maybe not. And the boiler temperatures are dropping. No, it's still up there. So, all right, so we're gonna purge that zone. So we're gonna hook up this garden hose that he has here to this purge station. He says it doesn't leak without a washer, and we're gonna find out. All right, and we're gonna try to get this into that hole right there. Wish me luck. So we just purged. We're gonna see if that, does it feel like it's getting hotter or feel like it's staying the same temperature?
Same temperature. Well, it feels like it's starting to.
Circulator is not blazing hot, but hot to the touch. How's it feel? Getting hot?
Yeah, it's getting hotter, but it's still to the point where I can.
Not as hot as that, though.
Yeah.
Hot, right? All right, grab that thermal camera that's on top of the ledge there. Yeah, you can't hold on to that anymore. Let's turn this bad boy back on, and I'll show you guys what it looks like on a screen. So here's that the supply, which is around 130-ish degrees. It cooled off substantially. Here's the returns, third floor, second floor, and that first floor. First floor is around 110 degrees, 116. We are getting hot there. So thank God we are circulating. And the leak still persists. It's not going away. So we're going to be at 160 degrees. Maybe like 155, getting there, 160. So once this turns off and stays hot, we'll use the thermal camera and check the baseboard. All right, so here's the first floor landing. There's that piece of baseboard, nice and hot. Here's the baseboard in the living room. Let's go to bathroom. There you go. Bedroom. Other bedroom. What is the rent go for a 2-bedroom?
Well, they say 28.
Really? Wow. Good stuff.
I know, right?
Yeah, that's nice. Damn, that's good. That's really good. All right, so these are all on. You want us to leave it on or turn it off and test the other floors? What do you want to do? We'll leave it on when we test the other floors?
Oh, yeah, yes.
Yeah? Okay. So let's go test the other ones. There's the click, heat on. There's that other zone valve on. That's still on, and this one is off. That's hot. Okay. And that one's cooler to the touch, it's circulating the second floor. 196,000 BTUs of input. All right, there is that other return. Okay, and let's turn on the third floor. Heat. I don't know why it's 80 degrees up here. Click. There you go. Okay, no resistance. Third floor is on. Second floor is off. First floor is on. You want us to turn off the first floor or leave it on?
Oh, you get through.
Okay, turn on the first floor. I'll make sure that closes and make sure the third floor works. All right, so first floor is off. Second floor is off. Third floor is on. Third floor return. Starting to heat up there. Let's check the thermal camera. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the service call. 30 minutes of video footage. We spent a little over an hour on site. Unfortunately, it wasn't in the cards for the customer to replace the relief valve. I don't know. You can bring a camel to water, but you can't make it drink. We have an active leak. An active leak on the 30 PSI relief valve. Left unchecked. What's going to happen is that constant addition of replacement water, makeup water, is going to slowly degrade the cast iron sections of this boiler. It has many years left, probably decades years left, but left unchecked and going the way it's going, no bueno. If you live in the Long Island, New York area and you're tired of getting bamboozled by your HVAC contractor, or maybe, just maybe, you have one that doesn't like dogs. Stoley! Come here, Stoley! That's Stoley. He is my mini golden retriever, but he's actually a mini golden doodle. And he's the star of the show. And your sister, Gigi. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Be well, God bless, stay safe.